My question is to the Minister for Agriculture, Drought and Emergency Management. Will the Minister update the House as to how the Morrison government is supporting flood-affected victims in New South Wales, Queensland and other states? What other critical assistance is the Morrison government providing?
The Minister for Agriculture, Drought and Emergency Management.
Well, thank you, Mr Speaker, and I thank the member for his question and his interest for this very dynamic situation that spreads from Western Australia across in the Northern Territory, South Australia, Queensland, New South Wales, and in fact only in the last couple of minutes I received an update from the Bureau of Meteorology that now has flood warnings for both Victoria and parts of Tasmania. Such is the scale of this event, and one in which our emergency services have done an outstanding job in protecting Australian lives. Not one fatality. Those men and women that have put themselves in the front line have done an outstanding job in keeping us safe. To put that in perspective, there's been over 850 rescues, 9,500 requests for help, and there are now 18,000 Australians that aren't in their homes today because of this rain event. But they will continue to work with not only the state governments in all those jurisdictions, but also the federal government. And today I can advise the House that I initiated the National Coordination Mechanism as a result of feedback from Senator Payne and the member for Macquarie around shortages in supermarkets in Western Sydney. And I can advise that the House have only just been advised by Coles that they intend to helicopter goods into North Richmond store this afternoon as soon as arrangements can be made. So we will continue to make sure that that mechanism is worked through in every community where there are shortages, where we're unable to get trucks or get boats across to support these communities in their hour of need. We're also working with NBN and Telstra to make sure that they are ready to pivot into these communities where telecommunications has been brought down so that we can restore them as quickly as we can. And we have obviously last night, after the request from the New South Wales Government, allowed the support of 2 helicopters for rescue to be used in addition to their aircraft, as well as standing up ADF's personnel to come in for the clean-up. So we're preparing for the clean-up as we speak now and understanding that this will take a considerable amount of time. We are working with those states around the assessments of the damage, and we will build on the initial support that the federal government has outlined that is there for those Australians who have endured damage to their properties, which is a disaster recovery payment of $1,000 per adult and $400 per child over the 34 local government areas in New South Wales alone, but we are expecting the other states to make application for that very soon, and when they do we will approve that and the money will flow through Centrelink. As it has already, over $3.5 million. There's also income support for anyone whose income has been impacted. There's 13 weeks of income support at job seeker and study levels, and we encourage no one to self-assess. The road to recovery to anyone that has been impacted will be a long one, but they should take solace in the fact that the Australian people will stand with them on that road to recovery and getting them back up and going again.